Hello. We are here in Yosemite, and we got paid to come here.
Welcome to our first YouTube video. How fun is this? We are very excited. The main question is, why should anyone pay you to travel? Why would they choose you out of everyone, pretty much?
Yeah, and why would they choose you when they could choose someone who already lives in the place that you want to go? Yeah. And for us, I feel like we've really found that the reason that people want us to come places is not based on that we're the best photographer and videographer on earth, because we're not, but because they've developed a great relationship with us, and that's what makes them want to bring us with them to places that are not Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah. We came because a couple flew us here to take their engagement photos. They are one of our wedding clients for next year, and we met them because they came to one of our mini sessions, and we hung out by a campfire for a few hours after the session just talking, and later on they reached out and said, hey, we really want to do our engagement photos in Yosemite. Would you guys be willing to come? And pretty much everyone who's asked us to travel it's been a similar situation to that. Yeah. It's not because they are so in love with our work, which also I hope that they are, but sure, it's not always because of that, because in reality, a lot of people can produce very similar, amazing work, but it's about how the people make you feel that are shooting the work, and I think that's the most important thing, and that's something that we really try to emphasize in our business is the relationships that we build with our clients. We really want them to feel like friends and not clients. Yeah.
It's really unlikely that anyone's going to fly you anywhere just based on what they see on your Instagram page or based on what they see anywhere else. I mean, like she said, anytime that we've ever traveled anywhere, it's people that we already have known before, you know, like at least just developed a relationship with. Yeah, our second point in this is just like, you know, you have to go to the places sometimes yourself before you book anyone who's going to take you there. You have to be a traveling person. You can't just always be posting in Pittsburgh, which is obviously where we're from, and then expect people to want you to come to Yosemite if they've never seen you travel before anywhere. Yeah. So you almost have to make that initial sacrifice of, like at first, of just, my business isn't like an elopement business, but I'm still going to travel, and I'm still going to hopefully shoot in the places that I go and just be a traveling person. You know, that sounds like stupid, but before we did any elopements or did any shoots or got paid to go anywhere, we just love to travel. And so that's a pretty big priority, and I'm assuming that's why you want to do this too, is because you want to travel.
We also want to say, although workshops and content days are great.
Yeah. We're literally looking at a workshop happen right now. There's like 10 photographers and a very nice couple.
They're great, and they do.
And we've benefited from them.
Yes,
in the past,
and we've made one before, and we'll maybe make one in the future, and they're awesome. But because you attend a workshop in an amazing place, I don't know if it necessarily speaks to clients about your skill level, because I feel like a lot of times a lot of content comes out of these workshops and it's amazing, but it's the same across the board. Everyone's shooting the same poses in the same place, and so why is someone going to choose you over the next person who is at the workshop? And also, it's not like you are building relationships with people one-on-one. You're obviously building them with other photographers, but like we said before, a lot of it is about the relationships that we've built with people, and that's why we've traveled. And so it's pretty rare that someone's going to see that you shot a beautiful styled shoot in Yosemite and then say, I'm going to bring them back because they did a great job from that content day.
Right. And something that's really like most important is like look in your own network. I mean, a lot of the people that we already like that flew us is someone that was already like, you know, that we knew and that
or somehow we're connected to.
Yeah, right. Because you'd be surprised how many people want to go to these places. You just have to kind of make it available to them. Point number 2, content trips.
Like we said that you should be traveling yourself. When you travel, if this is your goal to become a traveling photographer, these people are watching us. You should be spending your time when you're traveling, putting together styled shoots and going crazy with them. And so what we recommend and things that we have done is when we travel somewhere, we would either travel somewhere where we already know someone lives, or travel somewhere and find some people to model for us there. It doesn't have to be a big styled elopement with florals and blah, 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 although it can be. But you can create beautiful content in places that is unique and that doesn't look like everyone else's, and market that, because that is your own work and that is what's going to set you apart.
And most times, the vendors that you're reaching out to will want to work with you. Yeah. They want content as well. Everyone wants content because content is king. And so if you reach out to a local flower vendor, they're probably going to give you some, like a really great bouquet for free. In our experience, that has happened. Yeah. And even local dress shops, so you don't have to lug a wedding dress the whole way there or anything. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like people are so willing to help if you just reach out and just kind of put yourself out there before you do anything.
Yeah, like for example, we have some friends who live in LA, and so we went out there last winter and we asked them if we could shoot them on their surfboards, and it was awesome. They already lived there. Like, it wasn't a huge thing, but it was super unique content. People in their network in LA ask them all the time who shot their stuff, and it was just like a really cool opportunity. So we're always looking for opportunities to do that where we go, and I think that works out a lot better for your business than going to workshops and things like that. If you're wondering how,
plus it's cheaper.
Yes, if you're wondering how to find models, that is something that's really hard. What we like to do is find other people who are photographers. So obviously we're married, we are a couple, and if someone was for some reason traveling to Pittsburgh and wanted content, if they reached out to us, we would totally understand why they're asking. And so a lot of times we'll try to look for other married photographers in that area.
There's plenty.
And sometimes we'll do a shoot exchange, things like that. We did that in Joshua.
Shoot exchanges are very underrated. Sorry that I keep ripping this thing out of your hands, but they really are just like, because everyone wins, and like I said before, people are willing to do them. You know,
I mean, we want photos as much as we want to shoot photos. Yeah. So it's a really fun thing. And so we'll do that. And then there's also a few Facebook groups. If you literally just look up destination photographer Facebook, you can find so many Facebook groups where you can post and find models. Styled Shoots Across America is a great thing. And honestly, just putting out feelers on social media works very well. And then another tip that we have is once you shoot this content, just post it everywhere and hashtagging. We hashtag Pittsburgh photographer and everything, and you won't believe how many people find us from that. Yeah. So hashtag.
And I think that also comes from consistency of us doing that, yes. Which is something to say why you need to be going to the places more yourself. You know. Yeah.
So if you're hashtagging Yosemite photographer, Seattle photographer, things like that, people will be able to see that. Obviously, always optimizing SEO on your website, which maybe we can talk about that in a different video, but things like that. Yeah. Okay, I just want to say one last thing about this. When you're traveling and doing these content shoots and things, make sure that you get photos of you with your camera in these places, because we obviously could also probably have a whole other video about how important it is to show who you are and your personality with your brand, but if there's no photos of you and the face behind it and you're in cool places, no one's going to know that you are a potential traveling person.
Okay. Number 3, scoring the actual client. How do you actually get the person to fly you to a place? Yeah. I mean, like the actual practical how to do it. Something that we love to do is in our wedding guide that we send out to couples that do book us.
Or when they inquire.
What was it? Sorry.
When they inquire to book.
When they inquire. I did hear you. I don't know why I said what was that. But when they inquire, we send them a thing, right? A guide.
Yeah, a guide.
And in that, we just put the feeler out of, hey, we travel. We love to go to this place, this place, this place, this place. What do you think?
And we also have photos in our guide, all of our website, of travel content that we have so that people are seeing like, okay, these people are not just bound to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And I wonder how many people don't think it's a possibility for an engagement shoot and then see that and think, what if we went here? How fun would that be?
People have decided to elope all over the place, and knowing that that's an option for their wedding as well is a super great thing.
Elopements have never been as big as they are right now. So, I mean, take advantage of it.
I feel like people have not valued wedding vendors as much as they do right now, and I don't know, developing a great relationship with a client and then just suggesting like, hey, if you decide to elope, we're there.
Yeah. Also, if you are starting out, do it cheaper. It helps so much. I mean, you don't need that normal wedding rate right at first because people will book you. But just do it for cheap or even do it for free at first. I know that sounds like I can't just do it for free, you know, I need something. But like if you really want that long-term goal, then you're going to have to kind of give it up at first.
Yeah, and that's probably something that we could talk about separately is like just how to start out getting clients in general. Because there's also an element of like knowing your worth, and like most of the time people that you shoot for free will be shitty, but asking people to model for free, always. The other thing is post a travel schedule. If you are going to a ton of different places, I think this year in January we posted probably 12 different places that we were going throughout the year. Some of those we were just going for fun. Some of those we were just going for a shoot. And some of them weren't planned concretely yet, but we would just say, okay, in March we know we'll be in Nashville in March. So.
Yeah, sure. And so just put it out there. Like I said in the last thing, like sometimes you have to prompt people to do it. Like it's not on their mind.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. We had a couple that we posted that we were going to be in Seattle, and they were like, we'll be in Seattle. But they're from Pittsburgh, but they're like, want to do our engagement photos in Seattle and North Cascades.
Boom.
And it was just perfect. When you do travel, just write every single thing off on your taxes.
Every single thing off.
Every penny that you spend on a slice of pizza, write it off, because you know we don't like those taxes.
You know we hate those taxes here. Thank you so much, though, for tuning in and listening to us and our little team here.
Yeah, we're really excited to hopefully just talk more, because we have had an amazing experience with building our business, and we've had such great opportunities come our way, and so we just want to be able to share that with others and just be able to educate people on how you can do it too. Yeah, because it's a great life, and we're very blessed, and we're so happy to do this job, and we just want other people who want to do this job to have the resources to be able to. Yeah, and just cut the BS and just be transparent about how we did this and how we built this. It's awesome. And sorry that the sun was setting during this whole thing. We hiked all day. We got lost, basically, and we didn't get out here till sunset, but we're here. Okay. Thank you. See you next video. Love you. Bye. Bye.